Good evening and welcome back on this Wednesday evening stroke Thursday morning over on that side of the world in Oz. Welcome back to West Ham Network and the Old School Hammers. Good morning, Kieran. How are you, buddy? How you doing?
G'day, Shark. I'm good, yeah, mate. It was nice not to have a game at the weekend, so I didn't have to worry about that. And then it was a little bit more. So much has happened since we was on last week, isn't it? You know.
Well,
and remember, I sent you the message saying, "Look, Nuno's in, mate." And you know, I could have been a real YTK, right? Because I've got a friend who knows someone, right? And in our WhatsApp chat I have with the boys out of Hornchurch and that, and he just sent me a message. He said, "Look, Potter's getting sacked, and Nuno's in." And I took no notice. I expect that to eventually happen. I didn't mean he meant in the next fucking couple of hours. He was sold. And then about an hour later, it starts announcing all over YouTube, you know, all the boys is going, "Fuck me, Nuno has been sacked." So I said, right, that's when I sent you the message saying, "Look, Nuno's in then."
Yeah.
Because I was told it, you know. Yeah, I could have been an ITK guys. I just missed my chance.
Mate, we could have done an exclusive. We could have done that breaking live news. We could have done an exclusive.
Sorry, the worst kept secret in the world. He was going to get sacked. We all knew he was. Just didn't know it was going to be right there and then. But so all that's happened, didn't it? He's in for fucking hell. Right, whirlwind. But my whole weekend was consumed with the Ryder Cup, geezer. It's my favourite tournament to watch in the world. I love it. I love watching it. And I got my boy to find out a stream that's on here in Australia. It was KO Sports. And he said you can sign up on a 3-week trial for a fucking couple of bucks. I went, fucking get it. So I spent, geezer, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, watching nothing but Ryder Cup. 3 days of just looking at the telly, watching golf. And because what happens is it was on at 9 o'clock at night through the night. So I didn't watch it through the night. I'd get up at 6 in the morning, put it straight on and watch it all day the next day, not knowing what had happened. And it was brilliant. It was fantastic. But anyway, that was golf for you. I love the Ryder Cup. Europe retained it. So that's
I'd rather have my ball bag fucking hammered, nailed to the fucking floor than watch golf. But I do get it. I do get it. If you love a bit of golf on the telly, nothing better than the Ryder Cup, I know. Listen, how's the week been, though? Has there been any watery exploits this week, mate?
No, there was a nice story yesterday. They done I could tell you about that, though. You know, the guy that really got done bad, that guy Mercury Palakis, they done a thing for him at the beach, which was quite nice. I'll tell you about that.
Yeah. All right, we'll give it half hour or so and then we'll have a little chat. Because they're going to want some watery news, aren't they? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just that if you got to see it, was quite nice what happened there. Yeah. But yeah, that's all. There's no, as far as we know, I've heard of no attacks.
Let's have a look, see who's in the house. Rich, good evening to you.
Hey, Rich.
He says, evening, all right, everyone's well, and don't forget to hit the like button, thank you, on your way into the chat, people. And if you're just sitting there waiting for the next, section or whatever, if you haven't already hit the like, pop out, hit the like, pop back in. It's into the chat, that is, I'm talking about. And those of you watching subsequently after the event, give us a like. Good evening, usual. Thank you very much for joining, sir. Mr. Barden, Leslie, good morning to you, sir.
Leslie.
Good evening to you, I think it is. He's saying good morning to you first, mate.
Yeah, a bit right. Lopsided there, old Leslie.
Proper polite. Yeah. Rich says, usual, Leslie, hope you're both well. Mr. Pendleton, Mark's in the house. Good evening, Mark. Good evening, Budgie Cieran, and all the chatters. Give the podcast a hype. Well, I don't think you can do it while it's live. That's my understanding. But I have no idea what this hyping does, but I know that it's good for the channel. But if you are watching this on a rerun, and if it is possible to give it a hype, do so. It's just don't cost you a penny, and it helps the channel somehow. I have no idea how. Rich says, evening to both of us. Can Nuno lift our spirits? Well,
yeah,
that's a really good question. I think he already has, to be fair, Rich, for most of us anyway, by seeing the complete change in attitude on the pitch on Monday night, and the lack of James Ward-Prowse anywhere near the team must have pleased many people. And we kind of knew that was going to happen should he come in. We knew that he'd be ready for the chopping block because he didn't fancy him at Forest, did he?
I think Nuno's a smarter cookie than we might give him credit for, because if ever he wanted to do two things to embrace the West Ham fans, was make sure George Ward-Prowse didn't start that game, and play Potts near the end. West Ham fans have been calling that out for fucking a long time now, and obviously Potter wouldn't change. He wouldn't. I always told you that James Ward-Prowse was Potts' go-to man, and you could tell he was. He was always going to play him, and obviously Nuno's had experience with Prowse, and he dropped him from Forest team, didn't bother playing him, send him home. So he had no intentions of even taking him to the thing. Yeah. Which on a human level, Budge, I feel a bit sorry for Prowse for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't blame him for being picked every week and giving his all. We know it weren't working, but he's just a good professional player, and I feel sorry for him in that respect.
Yeah, it's not like we don't respect the man for pulling the shirt on and giving everything he can give.
Yeah,
because we do. Many of us respect the man for that. But the trouble is, he was never the man for the centre midfield centre pin.
No,
and you know,
that's down to
Potter was relying on that. Yeah, and I think you'll find now that Hernandez has broken into the starting lineup, and that, I think you'll find him, and I think in January we'll be finding Alvarez back in the ranks as well. I've got a real sneaky.
You never know. If we're allowed to bring him back, it's a possibility.
But Rich, I do believe yes. I think he can, and already has slightly, to a certain degree, lift our spirits. And I believe, also that under him, I believe that we will lift quite a few of the spirits of some of the younger players as well. Like you said, like Potts on Monday night, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
We've got a big game against Arsenal this weekend.
That's the unfortunate part, isn't it? That his second game's bloody Arsenal. It would have been nice to, keep momentum going with, and maybe another fixture that was sort of mid-table that, chances of winning.
But like you said, mate, it's true. He would have looked at the lineups, the setup, and everything for every game that we played against Arsenal in the last 3 years, perhaps, or something.
Well,
and he will look at the games that we've won that we shouldn't have won, perhaps. If you're looking at stats and God knows what else.
It's just going to have to look at the team he's got.
I think he'll make the right decisions for the day. I really do.
I think you're right. I just think, can you hold out with that quality that Arsenal got? It's very unlikely. And plus, we're not going to judge him on that anyway. Nuno's not going to be judged on that game because it's not expected to be, a win. I mean, if he gets a point out of that, that's
should he
amazing.
pull off a point or three?
Yeah,
Should he put,
that's
you know, then
unreal.
that's going to be, it's going to be.
Yeah, we're building fucking statues, geezer. Building statues. He does that.
Yeah, but it'll be huge for us, right, though. In the way of fans, you know.
I think that just getting that point is a start. It's a good start to go to Everton and get a point. It was a good start and a bit more promising. Weren't perfect, as we know. Yeah. I think Magassa, I'm still the jury's out on him, but he's a young lad. I think he'll get better. I was a bit, absolutely. He was a little bit concerning, but I think he'll get better as time goes on. So we'll see.
Question from usual. Budgie, any news on Stealth? Not at this moment, mate. I believe he went under the knife today or yesterday. He's having an operation on his. He's got prostate cancer, isn't he? So we wish him all the best. Still, if you're watching, mate, hope everything went well. Sorry to discuss your personal stuff over the airwaves, but I'm sure everybody who knows you is aware of what the situation is. As soon as I do get news, though, usual. Oh, hang on a minute. What happened there?
Oh, no, what happened there?
Look, I'm pressing buttons again. I'm pressing buttons, don't worry. Yeah, I'm off again. But as soon as I get any news, usual, what I'll probably do is I'll ask Russ and Anton to pop it on the West Ham Network forum on YouTube. You know that forum. Any news we get, we'll stick on there for you if we can, or I'll do a little stream on my channel or something, maybe whatever. But anyway, we'll get you the news somehow, son. Although an almost impossible question for us music lovers as usual, please try to name your all-time favourite song. As he said right at the beginning, it's impossible.
You know it is. Even name 20 would be hard, wouldn't it? Really would.
Yeah. But if you were to be asked, name one tune that you would take to a desert island and it's the only tune you can listen to. That would be a near impossible task for me.
Oh, good. No.
I don't think
it might be probably something from ABBA.
Really?
No.
Really?
Even though I like ABBA, but no, it wouldn't be. I couldn't do it, man. It's just so.
Well, it probably have to be.
I do have a song that means a lot to me that I have as my ringtone on my phone, and it's by the boy that. Oh God, here's my memory. It's gone out of my head. Colin. He's the boy at Men at Work. He was the lead singer for them. You know, Land Down Under. Well, he done his solo stuff.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Well, he left them and he done his solo and he done a song called "It's a Beautiful World" and it's a really beautiful track and I love listening. Cool. And it's got a lot to do with my nephew who passed away. So yeah, that's a song I'd love to keep having. But you know, brilliant songs. You know the big songs, Hotel California and
all of
Queens and Led Zeppelin's.
Question here from Randy, getting back on the football thing. First impressions on how do we both feel about Nuno after the Everton game? Now I'm feeling a little bit positive myself. I think that this new manager bouncing, I think there's something in it. I'm not quite sure. I don't think we're Champions League quality just yet, but I believe that we'll get better. I think that we'll work hard, and I think that we're going to start getting results. We've already started off with a positive draw away at Everton at their new ground that they hadn't even conceded a goal at. So, there it is. Yeah. Again, West Ham are the first team to join a new stadium. Again.
Yeah, there's another record for Bowen. Bowen put that on his resume.
Yeah, that's 4 now though for West Ham.
Yeah, we
Isn't
didn't
it?
win though, but the others I think we won. But
Oh,
this was Bowen to score the first goal there. Is that's on. But I tell you where I
that's
am with that
lovely.
with Nuno, right? You know, he wouldn't have been my ultimate choice, but he was the best of
Me
the bad
neither.
lot, I think.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
and I say this because I made a prediction before we even knew Nuno was taken over for this game. I predicted
yeah,
West Ham would go there and win 1-0 because I've been watching Everton and they're not that good. They're fairly solid at the back, and
yeah.
but that better up front, he's a donkey. Right, simple as that. I don't think they're that good. They've got a couple of good players in midfield that enjoy and they're decent. They're decent. But I predicted we'd go there and win 1-0 before Nuno turned up. And Nuno turns up and we get a 1-1 draw. So I'm not getting carried away with it. I think it was a perfect game for him to take over with. You know, Everton, I just don't think they're that good. So it's a good
in
point.
fairness, the guy only had 2 days, Randy.
Exactly.
So, you know, I mean, he had 2 days with the team. I think that was one training session and perhaps one what they call motivational session. I don't think it was 2 training sessions.
Do you know the other thing that you know what I've been saying from the very beginning, Budge, about Tadibo? He doesn't look right. Right? He'd never looked fit to me. There's something wrong with that geezer, you know. And he seemed to have fallen out with Lopetegui. He fell out with Potter.
Yeah.
And he's another one. He didn't even bother taking him there. And you go, wow. So you can imagine that them 2 players. That's £65 million we've spent for them 2 players. And he's just going to discard them by the looks of things, unless Tadibo can work his way back in. But what is it with this Tadibo? Like, you've got a third manager on the trot that don't want it. It's worrying, Gate. It's such a waste of fucking money.
And yet, when he walked through the door, there was so much promise, so much hype around him and stuff.
Exactly.
Just want to say good evening, HH. Nuno is pretty ruthless. Put JWP on gardener's leave already. Hope he goes back to the Saints. That's his level. It'd be much appreciated. Yeah, good comment.
The only headache with it is we're sticking 30 million quid in the bin. Again, West Ham. They're so good, eh? There you go.
So Randy's saying, just a heads up, everybody. Arsenal won again tonight, 2-0 in the Champions League. As well as that, they did not pick up any injuries. Okay, Randy.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. Yeah. And yeah, there you go. It's said for me that.
Wow.
Yeah. Who else have we got here? Tony is in the house. Good evening, Tone. Hope you're well, mate. Howard's Football TV. He says, good evening, everyone. Hope all of you are doing
Tony.
well.
Oh, good, Tony. How are you, brother? Well, I can't see him.
Yeah.
Good to hear from you.
So Tone says, in reply to Randy's question, plus they put out a fairly strong side tonight as well. Arsenal did in response to that.
It was only Panathinaikos, I think they were playing. You expect them to win that at home as well, wouldn't they? So yeah, you'd expect them to.
Yeah. Good evening, Mr. Bong. How are you, sir? Hope you're well. Good evening, all you naughty people. Naughty people.
I'll tell you what, though, I'll tell you. I watched the fucking highlights of that Tottenham game against Bodo Glimt. All right? Bodo Glimt.
Yeah, but they were the ones that knocked them out of the Conference League a few years back, weren't they?
Would they? I know.
Man, knocked them out.
They had a player on their geezer called Hager, something like that. Right? Number 10. Number 10. Fuck me, man. What's a game he was having? He scored 2. He was involved in everything. They were 2-0 up. They should have been 4-0 up, that Bodo Glimt. They should have been 4-0 up, mate. And they missed the penalty. And Tottenham got it back to 2-2. Fucking lucky bastards. Right? But this boy, I was looking at him and going, Jesus God. Does anyone else know about him? Or was he just going to have him one good game and that's it? Man, he was good. Keep an eye on that boy.
Yeah, well, what was it? Hamer.
Hager or Hager. Hag.
I
think it was Hague, something like that. God, he looked good, man. Scored 2 cracking goals.
Oh, okay.
All right, just
Okay.
someone might know him and go, yeah, mate, this boy's. I don't know. That's the first time I've ever noticed it or seen him.
Yeah. Everyone's saying hello to everybody. HH had said that this new stadium is absolutely, amazing, but the support was
HH
shit.
went.
Yeah.
The what was shit?
But the support is shit.
Oh, well, that's.
Hang on one second,
that's not
mate.
That's not the stadium's fault, is it?
Hang on one second,
I was interested in Abbey H to see what you thought of the stadium, mate, because it looks the bollocks to me. Looks about right. Just that 52,000.
No one out the front.
I think that's really good size for a stadium. That's all you need, I think. But it looks really good. It looks good at night too. So I was hoping you'd enjoyed it.
What's the capacity? What's the capacity of the stadium?
52,000.
Yeah. I mean, that's plenty, isn't it?
That's plenty. That's all you need.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
So, Randy's saying, heard the Everton fans booed Moyes after full time, not happy with their recent result against us.
Really? That was surprising.
I thought he was
one of them things, isn't it? They could have won it. We could have won it. One of them games. Yeah. I thought the 1-1 was a fair result, really, in the end. But either team could have nicked it.
Yeah.
So, Moyes was trying to win it.
Hang on. How have I missed somebody? Have I missed somebody? Wait a minute. Hang on. Who are we referring to here? Adam. Hang on a minute. I can't see any.
Sure, he'll come back in.
I ain't seen any Adams in the chat. There's no Adams in the chat. I don't know what's going on. Don't know what's going on now. And good evening to me and morning to you.
Morning, Tony. Excuse me.
You always make me giggle. Stuart says, evening from Lincolnshire. Nuno is the right fit for West Ham. He will get us playing like the old days. I hope. Come on, you irons, he says. Well, Stuart, good evening to you in Lincolnshire, sir. Hope everything's well for you. Recently moved up there, as we know. Hope you're settling in well, mate. And, I mean, I think Nuno is a bit of a calming influence. I think we need that. I think he's going to settle us down, much in the same way that David Moyes did, if I might add. But I'm actually open to that right now. I think we need a little bit of that. And we need a little bit of his grit as well. You know, that, all right, Prowsey, you ain't a part of my plans. Don't bother getting on the bus. You know what I mean? You might as well go and play FIFA with him. And that sort of stuff. You know, I think he's going to be the right medicine for this moment. Whether it's a long-term thing or not, I'm not so sure. But I hope I'm proven wrong. I hope I'm proven wrong. I like the man.
Whether it's a long-term thing, who knows? But probably not. But it's for this season. For me, his goal must be to basically hit 40 points. And because I reckon, if you average a point a game this season, which we need to get back to, I think you survive. You don't go down. I think 38 points will do it. So he needs to be trying to look at 40 to 45 points.
Yeah.
Can he do that? I think he can get to that. And I think, unfortunately, it's just another season where that's what we got to look at instead of worrying about trying to get 7th or 8th spot and back in the Conference League or something. This is about survival, unfortunately, because of the bullshit fucking appointments of the last 2 appointments. Like I said, you cannot afford to get a third one wrong on the trot. Third one wrong on the trot is relegation. So I think Nuno won't be wrong. I think he'll make sure we're safe. Whether we'll enjoy it is another kettle of fish. We'll see.
Well, look, if you read this comment here from Appy, she says, enjoyed the football on Monday. First time that's happened in quite a while. Youth is quality, and Somerville, well, she doesn't even finish. No need to be fair. Somerville was man of the match. Sky gave him man of the match, and so did TNT, I believe. He was bloody quality.
Again, Juice's defensive qualities were lacking here, and he was getting done by that geezer on the right there early first half, and he was looking a bit shaky. Yeah. But my God, he's like he's full of Duracell batteries, because the second half, fucking hell, he turned into a marauding left winger. And do you remember that's more like it.
Yeah, do you remember what my prediction was for this game? Or did you hear what my prediction was? I said I believed it would be 2-1, and it would be 2 assists from Diouf.
He never got any.
Who gets the assist for Bowen's goal then?
No one, because it was headed out. Officially, look. Is he?
I'm giving it to him.
I agree. To me, it's an assist, geezer, and I think you're right. I think it is an assist. But I think officially, if someone heads it away and then the geezer, you don't get it. But it's a goal involvement, what they call goal involvement now. But it is an assist for me. Yeah, you're not getting it. So he got fuck all.
I'm not saying. You rat bag. That's not nice. Who else have we got? Oh, hang on, Mark. He's saying clockwork essentials. Yeah, we'll get them. Good evening, Ted. Ted the Hammer. Just ordered the home shirt, but not from the little Russian prick.
How you, Ted?
Yeah. Oh, hang on. What are we saying here? By the way, Nuno jumped up when Bowen scored. It was great to see. It's been a while since we've seen a manager so passionate. That's true. And also, did you see the way he hugged Somerville when he come off the pitch? If you didn't see it, the Nuno cam. West Ham have released Nuno cam for this week's game.
Oh, have they? I didn't know. Yeah. I think he touched him on the arse, though, geezer. A bit worrying.
But it's lovely the way when he comes off, he hugs him and he basically tells him, "You done good, boy." You know what I mean?
Yeah, he did. He was good, Somerville. He was a go-forward man, mate. He was trying.
Yeah. Good evening to you, Anne. I hope you're well, sir. Thank you for joining us from Facebook land. Tony saying you can only hype after the stream. So, ladies and gentlemen, after the stream, if you've got half a mind to, then just give us a little hype. Be nice if we could hype better than any of their others.
All the other wankers.
All the ones on the stream. Well, look, I don't mean wankers. I'm not calling it no.
Oh, no.
Don't watch this back, Anton, please. Tony says, Randy, totally agree. I think he works on the defence all this week, preparing for Saturday. And I think you're right. I think he's got to work with defence, and I think he's got to do something with what's his name, Mavropanos. I think either he's got to strike up something with Tadibo, or he's got to get one of the youngsters in.
The only time I got annoyed in that game, geezer, was when it's still 1-1, and fucking Areola passed that ball to Mavropanos. He should never have got that ball. He had a geezer up his clacker. You don't give it to your centre half when that's happening, mate. Now Mavropanos should have just fucking realised he was under pressure and fucking booted it out, because it should never have came to him. And then he tried to beat fucking Dewsbury Hall with the ball and it gets taken off him. Then he has to drag him down and take a booking. That's all down to Areola. But I hate making a mistake and then compounding it, which Mavropanos did by losing the fucking ball, then hacking him down. And then, Jesus, what are you doing at that stage of the game? It was stupid by Areola, but it was compounded by Mavropanos.
We've got players that if the keeper's got the ball, if we were to start hoofing it up a little bit,
just fucking get rid of it.
We've got players that could cope with it, though. I mean, look at the first touch from Somerville. His first touch has been incredible, especially on Monday.
There was one there, I think he was given offside, wasn't he, when he took the ball over his shoulder, just fucking tucked straight in his path. I think it was given offside, but what a touch.
Yeah, but beautifully taken. And, you know, that other one where he went and then he set the ball out to Diouf, who then put the ball in. Nothing came of it. But the little touch from Somerville to bring the ball down and keep it within his own run. I thought he was incredible. He deserved getting player of the match from whoever it was.
He's going to be important, though. I hope he stays injury-free, mate. He's going to be important. Yeah. Him and Bowen on wide left and wide right, they're going to be massive for us. Especially if we haven't got forwards that are firing, and we're yet to see that, whether it be Krug or Wilson. I don't think Callum Marshall will get much of a look in, but you never know with Nuno. But if they're not, we need them to fucking perform. We really do. Yeah. They're really important. But there you go. He's not a bad start under Nuno for him. It's good.
Ted says, JWP about booking time.
Yeah, it's a shame, mate. It's a shame that it's not working out. It was a bad buy in the first place. I mean, that's what you got to go back to. What the fuck were we doing spending 30 million on it? You know, I just never understood it at the time. And I still don't understand it.
Cieran, I've got some news for you, mate. From James Bond. He says, 5 deadly shark attacks near Brisbane at the weekend. Surfers paradise, I believe. But they all happened during the Ryder Cup.
Well, I missed it then, goes James. I missed every bit of it. Nothing. I was like, see, Kieran, I cooked dinner. Say, Kieran, fuck that dinner. I was like that. Go get something, order something in. I ain't fucking taking the eyes of this football, of this golf. It's fucking 8 because you're watching it for 8 hours at a time, Geezer. I just couldn't take the eyes off it. And when old Larry's got the putt to retain the Ryder Cup, because it was so, the singles matches were losing nearly all of them bar one, and it was fucking and drawing a couple. I was shitting myself. I had anxiety, mate. I was, oh no, what are you doing? But when he got the putt to retain it and went bonkers around the 8th green, I was delighted.
Yeah,
happy days.
Really good point here from Mark. He said Nuno put on Potts before we equalised, basically. So it definitely was not a vanity substitution, and I agree with that. I think that was a technical, substitution.
Well, I don't think Magassa was, that good.
He weren't, was he? He weren't shining.
No, he weren't.
No,
he weren't.
So
he was doing all right. Like I say, a young man like him, I don't want to knock him. He was doing all right, but he weren't great. I thought Potts really did solidify that defence there. He'd done a couple of good things. Yeah. Only he gave the ball away once, which is poor, but he stopped Grealish a couple of times and Dewsbury Hall. So, he done all right, man. He done well, Pottsy. Magassa, he like I say, work in progress for that boy. Still a young lad. We'll let him get up to speed.
Potts was well chuffed with the fans singing he's one of our own. He said that he's dreamed of hearing that since he was 5 years old.
Lovely story, James. Lovely.
Yeah, that's great, isn't it? Really good. Yeah, I like that.
Isn't there? Well, you dream. I'd dream of that as a kid, wouldn't you? Dream of that. Being at Upton Park and people singing your name. Fucking hell. But, there you
It is brutal for JWP, but Nuno has to do what's best for him. Oh, sorry, best for the team. And
Absolutely.
through no fault of his own, JWP is just not good enough anymore. And I agree with that
Exactly.
wholeheartedly.
And that's what it is. And that's what it is.
And
And
it's followed
to
up.
me, Potter should have seen that, but he didn't. There you go.
It's followed up with Nuno might have already decided that Tadibo and JWP are getting
Yeah.
sold in January.
I'd say so,
Uh,
Gazer. That's what he points to. They're not,
yeah,
they're surplus to requirements. That's what it looks like.
yeah. Ant says, I like the way he dropped Ward-Prowse, but I do feel a bit sorry for him. On a positive note,
Yeah.
the link up with Somerville and Diouf was so impressive. I just hope Wan-Bissaka and Bowen can get that in the right hand side when we will look dangerous. Absolutely, and absolutely, I agree with that, Ant. But at the moment, Wan-Bissaka is injured, and I think that Carl Walker-Peters has played well in the games that he's played. When he's been called in to do a job, he's done the job. And
There's something,
although he's
you're
not
right.
quite as,
Sorry.
I was going to say he's not quite as kind of explosive and as creative as Aaron Wan-Bissaka, perhaps. But I think I think Peters has done
He's
an
been good,
admirable
though, yeah.
job. Yeah, he's done an
He's been
admirable
bloody,
job, and you can
absolutely.
understand why he's been brought in because he is
Yeah.
actually a really good
No,
replacement for Aaron.
I questioned it at the time, because I always thought he was just there for, obviously, backup to him.
Yeah,
And maybe he is, and that was the fault. But every time he's took the pitch, I think he's done really well. What I will see in certain games here, Geezer, what I can see happening in certain games is Walker Peters as a right back. I can see Wan-Bissaka as left back and Juve as our left winger.
yeah,
That's what I can see. And even Somerville coming into the middle a bit.
Yeah,
I can see that happening in certain games, mate. Especially if injuries come to certain players, I can see that happening. I think Juve looks better as a left wing back than he does as a full back. But
Tadibo has never been fit as far as I've seen him.
That's how I reckon. I've always said that, Budgie. I've always said that.
Yeah, you have. And to be fair, in the shows I've done with Tony, he's always said that as well. He said, I don't think he's ever been fit, Budge. He said that as well. Yeah, you're probably right, guys, You're probably right.
I don't know. It just never looked fucking right to me. Never looked right. I mean, there's no doubt he's a player. I mean, I wouldn't write him off yet. The reason I would write JWP off is because he had him at Forest and didn't want him. Right? That's why I think he's probably
and that's
done,
very
right?
telling.
But
that's very
Tadibo might be able to prove himself in training as the weeks go on. Who knows? I wouldn't write him off yet, but it didn't look good.
Yeah. Randy goes on to follow that up from Tony. He says, absolutely, Tony, I think if we can get the defensive unit down, then we can be better team for it. I hope we can try and sort set pieces out, which we should. Then it would all fall into place, or should all fall into place. And that's a fair comment. And I think that's something that we've been kind of repeating. That's kind of a sentiment that's been on repeat since Potter took over. We need to sort out this flipping set piece defence.
I think we need to sort them out. I think we do, not to say that one where they scored, but Areola done well, got a good punch to it out wide.
Did you have to rely on the keeper to defend them?
Yeah, I think the more you can rely on the keeper, the better it is. You know what I mean? For the centre half. Like I said, Kilman, like I say, white man can't jump. He's not the best at it. But you do. It's nice to have a commanding keeper that can take that pressure off the defenders. And then I'm not going to knock him too much about the goal because the ball that he put in and the way Keane run into that space, Even if you were challenging him, he's getting there first. And he had the run on everyone. It's a great ball in, and it's a great header. Areola's positioning, geezer. Areola's positioning, about 4 or 5 yards off his fucking line weren't so good. I did see that. I did notice that. But I'm not going to worry about that goal. What worries me, though, is the corners we did have. I don't like when Paqueta's taking these corners. He chips the ball into a box. He floats it into the back post or whatever. And then you've got Kilman and Maribor trying to battle for a header with no pace on the ball. Don't like it. I don't like it. We never look like we're going to score from a header from a corner. We never.
Do you know what?
I'd like to see that.
Do you know what? I think some of the best corners I've seen at West Ham in recent years, since basically the turn of the century, really, in my opinion, some of the best corners I've seen were taken by Pablo Fornells. I mean, there was the Payet era and the Snodgrass era and all of that.
But you had Cresswell. Cresswell delivered a good ball in too.
Cresswell, Cresswell too. But even all of that, I still feel that Pablo Fornells sticks out because some of his corners basically won us games in that European campaign.
I can't remember.
Oh, I can. There was one where
But to be fair to James Ward-Prowse, he whips in a good corner. He did whip in a good corner, but we don't seem to have defenders now. Our defenders now don't get on the end of them like where Dawson did, O'Connor did, Diop did.
Well, that's what,
now we don't have anyone.
That's what our major issue is that we don't have goal-scoring defenders anymore.
No. Not for over a season, mate.
But what we have got now, which has been lacking for a little while, is an absolute blisteringly quick left wing back. That's such a big, massive boost for me. Because I always thought that Emerson was going to be that. He was kind of that. Cresswell was that back in his younger days. He was brilliantly quick. But this young Malik Diouf, this young lad, I feel that there's going to be
It's all the more amazing, guys. A bit like me, I didn't like running down the wing too much because my heroes held me back right with the wind. And when you think, wingnut Diouf, despite all that wind, he can fucking cut through it with them heroes, guys. Unbelievable.
I mean, that boy is quick, and I do like the way he did that little when he hooked that ball in. That assist for Bowen. But when he hooked that particular ball in,
great cross.
I like that little. But I liked the little touch to get past the player as well, and then to get back onto the ball.
If he's even pre-Diouf getting it, Somerville he put it into Somerville, then started running, and he lobbed it over the top for him to go. And then he took the gazer on and skinned it. Yeah. Brilliant. Both of them. That was a great little bit of football. And it was a good header, but Keane just about took the header away from Fulkrug. And lucky enough, Bowen was there and finished it. It was good. A good bit of football. There's Nuno's fucking go-to, the counter-attack from the wings. That's what he does. That's what he did at Forest. He had James Woods. Woodsy in the middle to take care of things. Who scored 20 fucking plus goals last season. That works.
Yeah.
We got hope Fulkrug comes to the party, starts scoring goals.
Is that going to be likely? Do you think?
Don't know. I don't know who goes up. Don't know. I'm not 100% sure.
Like you said, he did it with Woods, and we all thought Woods was finished. But perhaps he can. No. Perhaps he can turn Fulkrug around.
He can. Exactly. Fulkrug might actually get more service now.
Potter started to turn him around a little bit. In fairness, we saw more.
I don't think he weren't getting the service though. He might get more service. He might get more chances.
We saw more out of him under Potter than we did under Lopetegui, though. That's
Yeah, but it's a pretty low bar.
you prick. Let's see what else we like.
Froggy.
Froggy, good evening to you, son. What I like hearing, says Tony, from him was, as well, Randy, is that he'll bring in some of his own staff, but he'll look to use the staff already here. Great to
Well,
hear, getting a
yeah.
fine balance. Now, he did seem to be getting on well. You watch that Nuno cam video. It's about 9 minutes or something long,
Fucking hell.
Kieran. So it's bearably short enough to watch, but
Yeah.
it's actually quite interesting to watch because you get the small picture of the action, but then you get the larger picture of the Nuno reaction.
Okay.
And
I'll have a look.
it's in that when Somerville comes off, his reaction to Somerville tells me everything. Somerville's a big part of his plans. Trust me.
Absolutely. It will be.
I'm telling you right here, right now, the way he reacted to him when he came off that pitch, he hugged him like it was his son. Honestly, it was really
Good.
nice to see. It was really, really nice to see. Tony says, talked about it for Stell. I hope all gone well. We all agree with that. The cat, whoever that is, good evening, the cat. All the best, Stell. Yeah, cat.
Yeah.
Froggy, saying hello. Ted says, Sullivan and Brady have no class or respect, making Potter take a press conference and then sacking him the next day. It's shocking.
It's disgusting.
Absolutely.
Yeah, shocking.
It is. And, but do we expect anything less from those two creatures?
No, there you go. Nothing changes, is it? Nothing changes with them pair of pricks. So it's just one of them.
I know.
Yeah.
It is.
I don't see why that do it because they could have said like just throw someone else in there to do a bloody make up an excuse. He's not well. He's fuck. Nah, it's a bit too bob, but it's nothing. That's not. We're always too bob with these sort of things. You know what I mean?
Veg, good evening to you, mate. How are you, son? Well, I'm assuming it's a fella anyway. Vegetar, good evening to you, mate.
Vegetar.
Usual, thank you, Bobby. Always welcome, usual. Whatever it was I said, I hope it was. All the best to Stell, says. Oh God, look, my mouse is playing up. All the best to Stell, says Ted. Big up, usual and veg, says Hammer. Says Tony, sorry. Tony, I am getting a bit of both with the staff in terms of his own team and equally a couple of members of the academy. West Ham staff as well could certainly help Nuno in the long term. And that's all absolutely right, mate. I mean, the thing is, Nuno, like Kieran intimated towards earlier, Nuno's no mug, right? He's quite an intelligent man. I hope you. Nuno's an intelligent man, and he knows that there are going to be certain coaches and backroom staff people there that are going to need to be kept close by because of the players that he's got available and the ones that he's going to start using. It's clear that he likes to use younger players. That's always been Nuno's way. He does well with some of the older players, as we mentioned before. Woods. I think he likes.
I think he's one of them blokes. If you're good enough, you'll be playing. All right. Yeah. If he doesn't think you're good. We're on the same respect, on the same flip of that coin. Is if he doesn't think you're good enough, you won't get a look in. He seems to be very black and white with that. You know what I mean? Not a problem. Like I said, he didn't take to Debo yet. That boy we brought in, Igor, who's apparently been. Yeah. I've seen him before because he's bang average, right? What I've seen of him. Now, he could turn him into a better centre half. But he'd rather take him than to Debo. the big signings to be above 35 million. So that tells me it doesn't matter how much you cost, who you are, what your status you think you are. He'll make that decision. Not a problem.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm the man with the finger on the trigger, and if I choose to pull it, I will. And I like that attitude. I like that attitude.
But that comes to youth players too. If he watches Potts through training and go, no, you ain't good enough, he'll be out.
Yeah.
It'll be that.
But
he won't be playing youth players for the sake of playing them. I think he's going to play them if he thinks they're good enough, which I like.
But
that's what I like.
If he saw Potts in training and he liked what he saw, and he puts him in on a start for argument's sake, and then the following day he sees young Potts there with his chest out, bigging himself up and this, that and the other. Nuno's not afraid to go, hold on, I need to bring him down a little peg or two. You know what I mean? It's kind of... I think Nuno is the right man for this job right now. And
we'll see.
Let's just hope that
I think he's the right man for this season.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right, he's right now. I think he's the right man, and let's hope we can all get behind him. I understand that these protests against the board are still going on, ongoing
and
stuff,
they will,
and I support them all. I really do. But for the moment, while we have Nuno at the helm, I hope we can all also concentrate on supporting the team as well as ousting.
I have no doubt. I have no doubt that will happen.
No, me neither. I mean, we all know that West Ham fans are the best in the world, so let's show that with a bit of dignity. Right, Nuno chose more kinds of life, celebrating Bowen's goal and Potter managed in 9 fucking months. Absolutely right, though, Froggy. And somebody mentioned his animation during his celebration for that earlier on, and so you're not the only one that's noticed it and mentioned it.
And
mate.
He's got a better beard than me. He really keeps it smart, doesn't he? He looks good.
Who, Nuno?
Yeah, got a nice beard.
You know what? I think Nuno's the sort of guy that will. He will be one of these guys they'll all go, like he keeps himself well trimmed and this and that and this and that. And then one day he'll just turn up and he'll look all ramshackled. Remember that time when Lopetegui did? And he'll turn up all ramshackled and everybody will think there's something wrong with him. But it'll just be and he didn't get a chance to have a shave that morning or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he always looks smart as fuck when that beard looks like it's perfection. And he's got a lovely tan as well, isn't he? He's a very olive skinned sort of guy.
Mate. Yeah, he's already got that olive
with the grey beard, it looks really good.
So what are you saying? You're jealous of him then, Kieran? Are you
jealous of that? I am. He looks bloody good, mate. And he talks... I couldn't watch Potter's press conferences, right? Pre-game or after game. I couldn't watch it. Listen to the fucking shite. All the word salad. I couldn't watch it. But Nuno, even when he was at Forest, I could listen to what he had to say. He does like to use... I've noticed the geezer with Gio said it, and I have noticed that for a while. He loves to use the word solutions. We need to find a solution. Yeah. And he's post-match, I don't know if it was pre-match or post-match, but he said it again, a solution. Yeah. That's his go-to word, solution.
Yeah. And, look, in fairness, that's what it's about. It's not about having problems. It's about finding solutions.
Yeah. And he'll let you know that every week. Every week he'll say solution.
But even you know that as a tradesman, Kieran, you know that. That
absolutely.
You don't have problems. You don't have problems. All you do is have solutions.
Yeah. How you get out of it.
If you have a problem, then that creates, further issues down the line. Whereas if you've got a solution, everything's cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so
Yep.
I actually quite like that in Nuno. I quite like the fact that he's finding solutions. You don't have to creep about, sweetheart. I like the fact that he's finding solutions and not having problems. If he starts telling us he's having problems, then I can worry. Do you know what I mean?
I'm sure he's going to have a lot of problems, but he's got to find a solution to them. That's what managers meant to fucking do.
That is what
it should be interesting. I'll guarantee you, on his pre-match thing against Arsenal, I bet he says the word solution. How's that? That's my prediction.
Oh, hello, look, he's in the house. Sharky's in the house. Sharky. Nuno looks like he actually gives a fuck, unlike Potter. Absolutely, mate, he does. And do you know what? I also think that Nuno looks like he's the sort of guy that will get on with the players on a level, but there'll always be that level that he won't go to. Like he won't ever be all their best mates. You know what I mean?
Definitely not. Definitely not.
There'll always be that level of authority about him.
Absolutely. That's the impression I get, guys. And that's the best way to be, I think, as a manager. The hardest thing to be as a manager is be mates with players. That's not a good thing. I like that separation.
That actually kind of rings true in most walks of life. You know, if you're a manager of any kind of business or whatever, and you become mates with your what do you call them, minions, then that does sort of create problems because then you know things like
what you need is you need that authority figure to the guys underneath you, but respect. It's built around respect. I think the players will respect him for it, and he'll respect the players.
Yeah. And I think he'll maintain a level of that.
Like you say, you make a point of him cuddling up to Somerville. That's about respect for the work that he just put in that game, right? And he's telling him
that's the man of the match. About. The man of the
doesn't mean he's his best mate going out for a beer with him later. It just means well done.
Not at all. Like I said, he embraced it like a son, but once he'd done the embrace and Somerville walked away, his focus was completely back on the pitch.
Yeah, but then it'll be back on training, and training Somerville better shape up as well. It doesn't mean you've done well there, son. Everything's all good. No, I think this is a respect you'll get from a manager to players. You what? Alex Ferguson was never anyone's mate, was he? Anyone's mate.
No,
even his best players, he was never mates with them.
No.
They respected him because he was so tough on them, and they expected the best from them. And that's what I want to see in them, man, because that's what gets results.
I think Nuno is of that ilk. I'm not saying he's Alex Ferguson, he's far from it. But
I've used this before, Geezer. This example, right? I always, in the team, the last team I played for here, we were, I was fucking 940. But I was a player manager, all right, in this team. Bloody good team. Ex-pros, semi-pros. One of my mates there, Russell, used to play for Australia youth team. And me and him were sort of co-managers of the team. And we got to a cup final, Geezer. Like an FA Cup of our league. And we weren't in the Premier League, the team. We were sort of the division below. And we got to the final. And I had to leave out one of my best mates here in Australia. I had to put him on the bench for this game because he's older, he's big, great forward, score goals from nowhere, right? But I wanted to bring him on late in the game. And he was fucking spewing, right? But I had to make that decision, right? To leave him up, put a younger geezer up front. And I brought him on with 15 minutes ago. He scored 2 goals. We won the game 4-2. But he's never forgiven me for not starting him in that game, Geezer. But I had to make that decision. And there's a difference where you separate your friendship from fucking what's best for the team. Hard fucking choice, I tell you.
Absolutely.
Hard choice.
And I didn't like doing it. I had a mate who had a very successful team. He was a player manager, and he was also self-appointed captain as well. But we got through to this quarter final for a county-wide cup, yeah. And we got to this quarter final, and he knew that I was a better option than him to play left midfield, right? And he decided to drop himself, play me, and give the
There you go.
goalkeeper the captaincy for the game, right? We won that game 3-1. I had one assist in that whole game. And I didn't do much else
Yeah.
in the game other than a few good tackles, a few passes, and
Yeah.
so
Was
on
it a
and
real
so
assist,
forth.
Geezer, or was it a deflection that came out and someone scored?
No, it was a real assist. I put the ball through and the striker
Money
ran
winding you up.
onto it
Yeah, the
and
money winding you
literally
up.
walloped it in. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it was a
No,
proper
like I
assist.
said, it's a. That's what I'm saying. It's when you got friends who the team I was with, we're all mates, and it's hard.
Yeah,
It's hard to pick that, make a decision when it's a friend of yours that you think.
it is.
I know he
But
scores
you've got
goals,
to
but we needed legs up front for the first, 60 odd minutes,
do.
and then he comes on and scores two. To me, I was brilliant. It made me look brilliant. Look, I held you back.
Yeah.
You came on, scored twice, but he's never
I'll
liked
probably
it.
have a
Geezer.
head poking.
Never forgave me.
I'll probably have a head poking in the door again in a minute. But sometimes you've got to do what's best for the greater good, haven't you?
Yeah. Always.
You know
And
what I mean?
that's why I want Nuno to do that at West Ham.
Yeah, yeah.
Who's that?
And the reason,
Stevie?
yeah. All right, Steve. How are you, mate? And the reason you've got to do that is because obviously every team is bigger than any man. Regardless of who the team is or who the player is.
Yeah.
I'm not being funny. Cristiano Ronaldo could go and play for a pub team, but he ain't the entire team. He's just one man.
Yeah. One man I
He
wouldn't
might be
mind.
better. Yeah, right.
He's
In
playing.
your pub
But
team,
he's
right.
playing. Even if he's shit, he's playing. I don't care.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
I'll break
What do you mean?
I'll break the
What do you mean
rules
he's
for that one.
broken both? What do you mean he's broken his ankles on both legs? Get him, put his
Don't
boots on.
care.
And get
Clear him
him.
out there. Wheel him out.
Yeah,
Wheel him out.
wheel him out. Wheel him out. We'll do all right. But no, seriously though, I think with Nuno, I think the absolute worst thing that he can do is to back down and show weakness. You know what I mean? Like Potter did. I hope that's a tonic water and not a VB.
No, this is the Ribena, Geezer.
Oh, Ribena.
This one I've made up earlier. It's my go-to. I have 3 cups of tea. I have a couple of Ribenas, and that's me for the day. Till I eat tonight.
Oh,
It's just the way it goes. Yeah.
it's the way it is, son. It's the way it is.
What does
Right.
Stevie
Okay,
have to
look.
say anyway, will
He's saying Nuno already made some changes we were after. That's a positive. When he buys,
Yeah.
when he buys heads with, that'll probably be when he bangs heads with DS. We will really see what's what. Yeah, that's got to be when he bangs heads.
Stevie, yeah.
That's
Eventually
absolutely
that'll
right.
happen, Stevie.
Yeah.
I've got a funny feeling though. Sullivan will keep a low. He's going to keep a low one for a little while and let him do what he does. You know what I mean? He just has to. And then if when we come to January and Nuno say needs 2 players to make things better, he better go out of his fucking way to get. He better go out of his way again because he might need it. You know what I mean? If that means a striker, which I think it might.
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys and girls, but I'm having trouble. There we go. I have to put this on screen. I don't know where we were on the chat, so I'm going to go back, but I'll try and find where we were. But Rich, thank you so much for your £5 donation. Love this chat, and I'm going to bed. I'm not going to bed yet. No, he's not. He says, I love this chat, and I'm not going to bed yet. How long are you on?
You're keeping him out of bed. I'm keeping you out of bed, Richie boy.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back up the chat a little way and catch up with it from here. And Sean is the first one I come to.
How far are you behind?
Now I'm about 7 minutes behind at this moment in time.
Not too bad, mate.
You'll get there.
Fly through it. Fly through it. Get up today.
Sean says, I did find a solution. Count after listening to that Forest fan with Dan Lawless. We currently stand at 1. I'm not sure what that's about, but good evening to you, Sean. Thank you very much for jumping in. Leon's in. Good evening to you, Leon.
Yeah, Leon.
Just had a cookies and cream Kit Kat. Fucking taste sensation. Love that.
Good for you, mate.
Ibrahim. Good evening to you, Ibrahim. Thank you for joining us, mate. So, yeah, that's probably about right as well. Saying that Sullivan paid everyone off at that show, White, Crook, and Pierce. Did you see it? The one that Dan was on.
Yeah, he held himself well. He done well. He done all right. I don't think the criticism is as bad now. I've noticed that with these pundits. They're not seem to be going in on the West Ham fan base as much. They seem to be going, they might have a point here. I think the failure of Lopetegui and Potter has started to wake them up a little bit. So here we go again. But Nuno is the new man, and hopefully he gets it right. Gets it right to save us anyway.
Yeah. Duke's in the house. Good evening to you, Duke. Hope you're well, sir.
How are you, bro?
Pub must just be closing. Probably got the staff clearing up for you, bro. Or are you viewing this while you're doing it? Yeah, that's the thing. Anyway, mate, I hope you're well. I hope the family are well. Been seeing some of the stuff you've been doing on Forged from Iron. If you haven't already had a look at that channel, please do. Forged from Iron, and Duke does some good stuff on there. And give him a sub and a like, please. Ibrahim says you could see that they didn't even believe what they were saying on White and Jordan. They didn't even believe what they were saying.
Yeah, but that's what they do. Right? They've got to be the catalyst to you. They've got to throw up arguments to you and give you. But I think a year ago, White and Jordan were a lot worse going in on West Ham fans. I don't see that as much now. I don't see that as much now at all. I think they're starting to realise, hang on, these boys might have a point. Especially, even like I say, Simon Jordan don't even like Sullivan. Don't like him. But he likes to play devil's advocate and wind West Ham fans up when he can, because it's good for views for people.
But that's his favourite sport, even though he don't like Sullivan. He loves winding up West Ham fans. Yeah,
he likes winding up all fans, mate, if he can. I like Jordan. I think he speaks the truth.
Jordan, I like Jordan, but Jim White
he's matey with Sullivan, so yeah.
Well, yeah, but I'd like to nail him to the bloody patio.
Yeah, but he's good at what he does, guys. He likes that, like all sports, whatever he's talking about, he likes to throw it in there to get them going. And that's what gives them views, you know what I mean? And phone calls and all that. So, it is what it is. You've got to realise the format they're trying to do. It's just to generate fucking argument and discussion. And they do it quite well.
And our friend Ant says Nuno showed more passion and authority in one game than Potter did in the entire time he was here.
Yeah, he showed it. Like, but here's the thing with Potter. I think Potter, his heart was in the right place. I just don't think he's good enough at it. It's as simple as that. I believe he cared just as much as anyone else. I really do. But I don't think he's good enough. And we should have recognised that before we brought him in. But what did we do? Sullivan recognised it. Sullivan said he weren't good enough. Didn't want him the last time. Didn't want him, right? When we brought in Lopetegui. But yet he bowed down to fucking Brady. What the fuck does she know? What the fuck does she know? because she's mates with his fucking missus or whatever.
Yeah.
And we employed him. That's down to her. But it's down to him for fucking giving into it. You are the CEO. You are the guy. And you listen to that tart about bringing in a geezer that weren't good enough to do the job. And now it's proven that he weren't good enough to do the job. So there you go.
And like I said, they should have listened to me right at the very beginning when I said he ain't Premier League quality.
Exactly. He's not.
It's proven that.
He'll never get a Premier League job again, I think so. Never. I can't see it ever getting another one.
Freshfielder wants to know, is it Nuno who takes the players out for pizza after a clean sheet? Or is that someone else?
I don't know.
I really don't know, mate. You have to have a Wolves fan and let us know, or Tottenham fan or whatever. Duke saying hello there, people saying hello to him. Right, Tony says, Budgie, Cieran, and the great people in the chat. Time to call it a night for me. Great chatting with you all. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Tony, thank you very much for joining us, mate. I'll see you tomorrow, barring any mishaps from you at work tomorrow. What's that, a fucking minor bird or something?
Yeah. He's giving it a large one over there. He's saying good night to Tony.
Oh, right. Right. Thanks, Minor. Right, so we haven't actually got any real proper shark news, as it normally is this week. But we're going to play the intro because Kieran's got a bit more information about the guy that we spoke about a couple of weeks ago. So, little bit of shark news. It's not another attack, thankfully, for them. Not for us. We're gutted.
Yeah, we're gutted. Absolutely gutted.
Right. Anyway, here's the intro.
Yeah, probably not deserving of the intro, but I suppose it is to a point where just they done us like a memorial service on the beach where it happened to Mercury. I keep forgetting his surname, Pavlikas. He's a Greek boy who had a twin brother. He's 57 years of age, and he's the one that lost both his legs and his arm by the time they got him back to the beach. Really bad attack, one of the worst we've seen for years. But they done this memorial service on the beach, and about 2,000 surfers turned up, and they all took to the water and formed this massive circle in the water to have like a memorial service. And they had a drone up showing it, and it was really impressive. Right where it happened, in all these surfers sitting on their boards in a massive circle. It was beautiful. It was really nice thing to do. It would have been disastrous if someone had got attacked while they were doing it. That would have been.
I was going to say, did the shark turn up and make an appearance?
Well, exactly.
Thank you very much.
They had a few guys on jet skis and other drones up looking, scouring the beach in case there was any sharks in to find anything. There weren't. And had jet ski guys around just to patrol the outside of the massive circle. And then you had about 500-600 people on the beach as well. It was really nice. For the poor lad, because it was one of the most vicious shark attacks we've seen in Australia for a long time.
Well, from what we remember, or from what I remember, didn't the shark come back for at least 2 attacks? It was at least 2 attacks on the fellow, wasn't it?
No, he didn't. It was 2. I don't know if I'm getting mixed up. The other guy, one of the guys that they got attacked, they dragged him in and saved him, but the shark was following them. This one, it was just a massive attack, and then the shark went.
Okay.
But they did see that whether it's the same shark on another beach further north, the next day. So we don't know about that, but like I say, this was
for some reason I thought
one.
the shot that video clip that you sent me, or the news item, I'm pretty sure that the shark attacked twice in that video. There were two distinct splashes in that video.
On him, yeah, on him it was.
On that guy that was on the surface, wasn't he?
This was a real, because normally these sharks bite, take an attack, and then that's it. But this shark came back for more because, like I say, he took both his legs off and an arm. So it was a sustained attack, which is unusual.
Yeah.
But it was bad. It was really
probably
bad.
There was probably a tiger. That wouldn't have been a white.
I can't remember if they were sure on that one. No, I'm not sure about that one. I think the other one they were, because
I'm kind of guessing. You know what I mean? I'm assuming that would have been a tiger shark attack, because generally when you hear of white sharks, it's like once in, gone, done, job's over.
Usually,
but tigers have been known to do sustained attacks on prey. On
it's one or the other, Budge. History tells you that would probably have been a tiger or a great white, possibly a bull shark. But I think the damage was so bad that it's either a tiger or a great white. So, who knows? But the poor lad, it doesn't matter which shark it is.
Just quickly, Cieran, I mean, how big does a bull shark get to in comparison to maybe a tiger or a white? I know that whites are the bigger of the three.
Yeah. I think a bull shark.
No, go on.
Yeah, I think a bull shark is normally about 2.5 meters, maybe get to 3. Where a tiger will get to 3, a great white will get to 4 meters. And it's not just the length, but you know when you got an older great white, the width, how wide they are, how big they are. That's their power. They're over a ton in weight or so. That hits you, guys. It's like fucking trucking.
Yeah.
It's
the
bull sharks are just nasty. They're really hard biters, and they're vicious. And that's what the worry is with bull sharks.
Some not research as such, but I've watched a lot of these documentaries and stuff about sharks, and they say that an average tiger shark is anywhere between 500 and 700 pounds.
And a great white can get up to a ton, right?
Which is 1,000 pounds, isn't it?
Yeah, they can get that big as I say, when they see a shark off a beach and they close the beach, they'll tell you it's a junior great white because they know how thin it is. That it's young. As they get older, they get wider. Bit like us, Geezer.
Yeah, mate. I know. Yeah. Every time I breathe out, the old stable moves. But yeah, well, there you go. A little bit of shark news for you, lovers, and shark lovers. I mean, there you go. Who else have we?
But I've also there's another little story, Geezer. Just rambling off. I think it was Western Australia. There was thousands of people turned up on the beach to save our sharks. SOS, right? Because what they've done in Western Australia, because the deaths they had there in the last year, they're putting drum lines out, Geezer. And these drum lines they have an anchor and a buoy, right? And then a big line off it with a hook. I mean, a massive hook with meat on it, right? And it's to catch sharks. And when they catch them like that, they just sit them out there out in the ocean. Sharks will come and take it and then get hooked up on it and can't get away. Then they come out and they kill them to knock the numbers down. But it's such a controversial thing here. No one likes it because they reckon they've killed about 50 sharks doing that. But people don't like it. Even the surfers are against it, saying no. Leave it alone. It doesn't solve the problem. There is It's their fucking playground. Don't be going killing them because we're going in there, sir. But this is it's very political because tourist boards, and you remember in Jaws, the geezer didn't want to shut the beach because it was this, the tourist fucking don't upset the tourists. We can't do that. It's money.
The mayor bloke,
But the local people, the surfers and everything are very against this drumline strategy. Very much so. There you go.
Yeah, I can understand why. Rich, he says, you people lift me out of the darkness with a big heart. Thank you, Rich.
Fucking hell, Rich.
I hope
that's nice.
I hope we put a smile on your face, mate, you know.
Good to hear, Rich.
Hope you're not too depressed, buddy, and if you are, reach out to somebody, you know. There are people out there. There are people out there.
And there's beautiful sunshine here, Rich. That's the main thing. Well, when you're going to be freezing your nuts off, I won't.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
What does that say?
All the better now that you've arrived. Shark, is that whoever that is? Frog? I don't know. I can't even see what that is. What is that?
Sounds a bit flirty. No.
Don't know who that is. But anyway, Sharky probably. Tony's off, everybody's saying good night to him. Duke saying glad to be back. We're glad to have you back, mate. Everyone's saying goodbye and good night, people. Rich is off, he's going to bed. Ted saying I was at work today for 4.5 hours and my boss said, Terence, are you going to do any work today? I couldn't be asked, he says.
That's all right then.
Fucking love it.
That's not normally the deal, Ted. The deal when you go to work, mate, is to fucking make an effort, Ted.
Normally you say to the boss, I've done loads, you just haven't seen me doing it.
Yeah. All
right.
What did you say?
Right. Budgie, talking about playing like it was yesterday. Christ, it was before the war. Fuck off, you cheeky swine. Before the war. Before the Falklands War, yeah, maybe. But yeah.
Get it in there, Jerky. Get it in.
There you go. John says Diouf was given the assist on fantasy football.
Oh, was he? Oh, there you go.
Excellent.
Well, I'm happy with that. You're not having it, though, geezer. You're not having it. Fuck you.
I broke my phone, so I can't do fuck all with my fantasy football. I can't.
I hope officially he does get it, but I got to believe that he won't because he was headed away. That's the way I see it. But he deserves it. Goal inclusion, whatever they call it. He got that goal involvement. That's what they call it. Rather.
Sharky saying fantasy football is generous, Fresh. So yeah, it's not like you're going to get given that usually. Oh God, look, Leon started on me as well now. Look, you were using medicine balls back in them days, weren't you, Budge? Right, listen, I'll have you know, I'm only a few months older than this man. No, I'm actually younger than you, and I. 61 you were born.
A few months younger.
Yeah, 61 you were born.
I played till I was 43. No, 43 is when I retired from my.
Mate, listen, I retired when I was in my 30s, 37, 38, but I kept getting roped into playing Sunday league football with my nephew or just a group of mates, and I go, come on, we need a player, come and help us out and that. And I need a goalkeeper. Until I was like, I think I was 51 when I played my last game.
Oh, yeah, right.
I was honestly, Kieran. I was 51. I'm pretty sure I was 51, mate.
43, I realise, mate, these young
I only
fuckers are
played
too
about
quick.
8. I only played about 8 minutes of it, but
All
I
right.
played my last game when I was 51. Yeah, I just came on to help out. But yeah,
Now, what done me, guys, I was 43 and then we played, started to put university teams into our league, which was, to boost the league. And I played against
yeah,
this university team. Fucking hell. I was just chasing shadows, guys. They're running past you like they turn up at the match on bikes, right? They've done a 10-mile ride and then play a game and then they fuck off on their bikes again. It's time. It's
yeah.
time.
When
I
you
ain't
were
keeping up
over
with
here,
these fuckers.
when you were over here, did you ever play against the Met Police?
I
Do you
think we
remember the
did,
Met
yeah. We
Police
played
used
police
to have a
sides,
team?
yeah. We did, yeah.
The Met,
Yeah, it's
Met Police
certain
used to
times,
have a
yeah.
side that would be in many sort of like tournaments. Like they were a pretty good team. I remember we played
Well, yeah,
them once.
they had
I can't,
good facilities too. So, yeah, they
yeah,
were good. Yeah, I did play against a couple of teams, which is funny when the guys I used to play with back then are all fucking lunatics.
all villains.
It was yeah,
I
all a
got
bit
told by
dodgy.
one of them. I got told by one of them, if you start to leave any marks on my leg next time round, I'm nicking you.
Yeah, it was quite funny.
Oh, mate.
The guys I used to play with, mate, they're all at it at some
Yeah.
form or
They must have
another,
had more
and
than one
playing
team,
against the
though.
coppers.
Yeah. They must have had more than one team, though, representing the Met
Oh, I
Police.
had loads. No, I think they had loads, guys. They had loads.
Yeah.
Police. Loads of them.
We used to have like a team from the Met Police come to Crawley and play not in Crawley leagues, but in tournaments, like against teams from Crawley. Like Three Bridges, for example, was one of the teams that used to get games against them a lot, and Crawley Town and people like that. But I used to play for this team called Longleys. They were one of the longest standing teams in the Crawley League system. They were one of the founding clubs in the Crawley League system. I used to play for them. And we played against the Met Police, at our home ground in Crawley. And yeah, I got threatened with arrest because I kept tackling this copper, leaving my stud up. He didn't like it. He really didn't like it at all. Um, what else we got here? Uh, Budgie remembers when there wasn't a crossbar, apparently. That's when we used to have to run from one end of the village to the other to score a goal, wasn't it? Yeah, I remember. Until that lad that I used to go to school with picked it up and invented rugby. Cheeky fuckers, mate, I tell you. It's a good job that I don't actually get in the same room as these bastards because I'd pinch every one of their ear rolls, a lot of them. 70 million on that guy Orchis. Who's that?
Yeah, for
Oh,
Arsenal bought him.
Gorkarez,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah,
Has the same amount of goals as Bowen so far, and we've been shite. Absolutely. And
yeah, good
again, I
luck to
wanted
them
to
with that.
say that Rich has given us a fiver. Thank you, Rich. That was the one from earlier that I went down and found. The first nets ever used were a pair of Budgie string vests. True story, apparently.
There you go. Nice one, Fresh.
Why am I getting all the love tonight?
I
You
don't know.
bastard?
I'm delighted. If I'm not getting it, it's fucking brilliant. Sweet.
Yeah, you would love it, you bastard. If they win something, he signs. If not, he might be thinking about his future. But I think he stays anyway. Who are we talking about, Randy? Oh, Gorkarez, probably. Um, Nuno brought a bit of spark to the bench. He did, and he brought that spark onto the pitch. I thought his substitutions maybe could have been 5 minutes earlier, but in general, I think his substitutions were good. They
It was
changed the
mainly.
game.
I'd like to have seen him. The only thing I would have done, maybe 70 minutes or so, I would have took Fulkrug off for Wilson. I might have
Yeah,
done that just to
yeah.
spark up. Fulkrug getting a bit tired up
But
there because they're not
he
contributing
put
too
another
much. I might have
defensive
tried
player
that.
on.
I might have tried that.
Yeah, he put a
Um,
defensive player on instead though when he took. He did take
but
Paul Krug off, didn't
eventually, the last sort of minutes, whatever it was, he decided to
he?
shut
Yeah,
it up and go, righto, this is a good point. And quite rightly so, I think. But
I
I just
agree.
thought in
I
70
agree. Quite
minutes,
right.
we were sort of going forward there. I think, a fresh pair of legs up front like Wilson, who has contributed when he's come on at that time of the games, might have been the way to go, but he didn't. And that's the only
Yeah,
thing I would say. Maybe I would have done
yeah,
different, but who am I? He's a proper manager.
yeah. Ibrahim comes up with a good point here. He says physical attributes deteriorate when you're in your 30s, but the technical attributes last a lot longer. And that's
Absolutely,
absolutely
Ibrahim.
true. I mean, I a couple
Mate,
of probably 3 years ago, I went and played a round of foot golf with my nephew and a couple of nephews and a couple of their mates and that, and we played a round of foot golf. And they were all really surprised at how well I could kick a ball. I mean,
yeah, it doesn't go.
I think out of the five of us that were there, I think I came fourth, but I didn't come last, and I'd never played the game before. All four of the other guys
Yeah.
had.
Now,
But
all right.
yeah, no, I was going to say it's absolutely true what Ibrahim says there. The technical ability still
No,
can last because
it
a
does,
few of
mate.
the shots were quite technically demanding, and I couldn't pull it off. But I mean, I never had the skill to pull off what was needed in those scenarios.
Well,
But
well
the idea was
when
there.
you
Yeah,
that last team, I ended up, managing and running. But
yeah,
when we first started playing for them, we were all mid-30s. I say a lot of the players I was playing with, a couple of them were ex-pros, most of them are ex-semi-pros. But they're most mid-30s, and we played teams in their 20s then, young,
yeah,
and we played them off the park from that technical ability they had. Or, you know what I mean? These guys were just so good with the ball at their feet and run rings around them. It didn't matter.
yeah, yeah.
But once you start getting to your 40s and that, their pace
Well,
starts to overtake you and their energy,
yeah,
that's the only thing. But when you see how good these guys are on the ball, you go, unreal.
yeah.
Unreal.
Happy says if Arsenal don't win something this season, she thinks that Rice might consider a move.
No, no, you won't.
I
I
don't
think
know.
Rice is there for the long term myself.
I don't know. Imagine
And
Chelsea
the chances
getting
are,
Well,
Arsenal will win something this year. I think they will. I really do. Whatever that may be.
imagine that Chelsea approach though. Declan, come to Chelsea. You'll be the club captain. You'll have your England slot. You'll get the captaincy at
No,
England. You'll be in
no,
one of Declan will go. Declan will
no.
go. He's not an Arsenal fan.
Not a hope. I'm telling you that now. I don't care. I think he'll stay at Arsenal. I think Arsenal got every chance to win the league this year. Every chance. Liverpool are not clicking at the moment. They won about three games here at the death. At the death. And at the weekend, they got done by Palace. And fair play to Palace, they deserved it. I'm telling you now, they're not clicking yet. No matter all the big names they brought in with Verts and Etike and Isaac, Frimpong, Kirkes, mate, they won the transfer window. But I'm telling you that now, they're not looking champions at the moment. That might come good, but Arsenal got every chance to win the league this year. I don't want them to win it, but I think they have. And even in Europe, don't write them off in Europe. They could make a dent. So they could end up with more than one trophy.
Well, yeah. Ibrahim saying that he supposedly left us to win trophies, and yet the only trophy he's had a look at is the one he won with us.
Yeah. And so it is at the
I
moment.
mean, I'm paraphrasing, of course. That's not exactly what he said, but that's kind of the way it is, really.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, but he's playing Champions League football, geezer. That was the main part. He's part of the conversation. He's part of the conversation of winning leagues. He's part of the conversation of winning Champions League. That's where he wanted to be. So, and that's what he's achieved with Arsenal. Whether they win it or not is another fucking kettle of fish.
yeah, but
But
like Frog says here, though, and this is quite valid, even though it's a bit of a tongue-in-cheek comment. The arse will fall out of Arsenal after Christmas. You know the drill,
hope so.
he says.
I hope
You
so,
know,
Frog. I hope so. I was gutted that that they won at the death as well against who was it Newcastle at the weekend. Arsenal. They were gutted. I was gutted. They beat Arsenal right at the death, and I was bollocks. I don't want them to win. Fuck all. I really don't. But I think this year they can, and that's the scary part.
uh, again, Leon, thank you for joining us. He says, I'll say again, good evening, Budgie and Kieran. Hope you're both well. Have I missed Shark Watch?
Yep.
Well, we didn't, but you were, I actually read your comment just immediately after we'd done it. So no, you haven't missed it. You just heard the little bit of Shark Watch that we had, which was just an update on the lad who got killed 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
in that sustained attack. So yeah, there wasn't any new news at all. Randy's saying, Frog, at the moment, I think the title race is the three-horse race with City, Arsenal, and Liverpool. And it will come down to the best manager of the best use of the squads in those teams. And that's
Could do.
bang on right. That's bang on
Could do,
right.
Randy.
And I think that if you're going to look at that, I think Pep has to have the edge. If it's going to be that tight, Pep has to have the edge because he's done it many times before here in this league on with that title that
Yeah.
he's going for.
There's
So
a
he
lot of
has to have
factors
the
in there as well. I mean, injuries could, injuries can play a part in it as the season goes on to either team. It really can. And
But look,
momentum is a good thing. So
let's not kid ourselves. Arne Slot has walked into Liverpool and he's doing a wonderful job. A wonderful
he is,
job.
but they're looking vulnerable at the moment, though, Budge. That's what I was
There
surprised
is
about Liverpool.
vulnerability in them. But there's
They
also
look with
vulnerability in City as well.
yeah,
There doesn't
and
look to be many
I think
cracks in Arsenal, I know, but there are one or two.
no, I'd say all three of them are potential winners of this league this year. I thought when that transfer window finished, I thought fucking Liverpool going to run away with it, but they haven't looked like that. That's all. I think these players are still bedding in. I think Wirtz is one of my favourite players in Europe. He's still trying to find his feet there. TK's doing well. I think Isaac is who knows. He's a top striker. Kirkez, Frimpong. I think the boy Kanate at the back with with Virgil van Dijk. He's a liability. He's a good player. He's a good centre half, but he's a liability. He makes mistakes every game and almost costs them goals or almost costs them goals. So it's one of them. You know what I mean? Toss a coin.
Yeah.
Loads of injuries to a team will change it. So
yeah.
I don't
know. Fly Fox, good evening, mate. I did see your other comments and I have put a couple up. But he says that Moyes leaving exposed the board for the terrible decision makers that they were and still are.
Yeah.
They couldn't hide behind his top half finishes or the Conference League anymore. I'm adding that anymore at the end because they do still try. They do still try. We've given you your first European Cup in 43. Yeah.
Yeah, it
We
gets
know all
boring.
the comments of that. Yeah, it does. You have not missed it. Well, unless I have to. Mate, my earbud are telling me they've got low battery. So I'm going to have to charge one and keep going with the other one for a minute. What was I saying? And we're still in the title race mathematically. Says Sean.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck
thanks
yeah.
for that, mate. Yeah.
All it takes is 20 wins on the trot, and we're in.
Yeah. Right, I'll tell you what, actually, Duke, I have lost all of my contacts. So, Duke, if you would be so, actually, you're in the group. I still have my group. Do you want to pop in now and say hello? Let me borrow, let me, oh, no, I'm going to have to do this. I'm going to have to do this manually. Where's my phone? Here. Right, so, yes, where were we? Where were we? I'll send you the link in a second, Duke. Um, Stuart says a 2-1 win on against Arsenal at the weekend. Come on, mate, I'm going to lose my battery in a moment. Right, what the heck? Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you at the moment, cuz, yeah.
Right, yeah, right, Duke, I'm going to have to, bear with me for a minute. One moment, mate. I'm going to have to come in
What's that?
on the phone because my earbuds are dying and I can't hear bugger all on my laptop if I don't have my earbuds in. So I'm going to have to come in. Bear with me. I'm going to just mute myself for a minute so I don't get any feedback. But I'm going to have to come into the studio with my phone. So if it bloody ever comes up, so slow, really slow. Um, right, let's see if we can get any more comments going. Mark says 96 points to fight for. He'd take half of them.
Yeah. I'd take
Yeah, I will.
30,
I'd
about
take half.
32 would be nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's all
yeah,
about that
yeah,
number. In recent years, right, then the number, yeah, geez, I think last year he could have survived them 25 fucking points. I'm not sure that's going to happen this year because of Sunderland, they're doing all right. Leeds are doing all right. Things are changing. So it might be, you might need the 38, 40 points this year. You might need it. And
yeah.
I think Nuno can get us there. Pretty sure he
I
can.
believe so. I mean, it's sort of averaging a point a match, a point a game now, isn't it?
Yeah, I think
For
if you
them.
get a point a game, you're going to be in to survive. And unfortunately, that's what we're looking at. Now, whether he can, he could end up with 50 fucking points. Who knows? Give him half a dozen games, guys. And when we get back from the international break, them 4 games there, was it Brentford, Newcastle, a couple of others, that they're winnable games. So that's when I like to judge Nuno. Don't want to give him too much credit just for that point away. It was a breath of fresh air. But
Yeah,
them 4 games are going to be very telling after the break. They really are, and he needs to put points on the board. And then 4 games, if he can get 7, then happy day. And I'm hoping that's what he can do. So we'll see.
yeah, yeah. Bear with me for a second. I've just got to check default, default, default. That's that. Right now, hopefully. Right, bear with me for one.
Hello. Pressing buttons again. What? That's better.
Can you hear me all right?
Yep. I can hear you fine.
Excellent. Right, let me just put that away. I can't hear you for half a second. Bear with me. Now I've got to turn the volume up on now. Right.
Now, can you?
You can hear me. I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Right. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Oh, sweet then. All good.
Right. Excellent. Right. So let me just. There we go. Right. So I'm not going to be looking at the camera all the time. Leon says TalkSport bait. Yes, it is clickbait.
Of course it is. It's the idea of it.
Apparently, looking for a shark with a fedora.
Hello.
Who else we got? Imagine if Palace keep up their run, they could be in a genuine title race. No joke. He rates Glasner.
They're doing great. They're doing great, Palace.
They're on.
Got to give them credit, man.
Yeah.
They're doing great.
Yeah.
So, will it last? Who knows? Probably not, but they are doing great.
Now, that's something I wanted to just check. No, that isn't it. Right, okay. Yeah, I'm trying to find. Here we go. Right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Joke, I'm going to put the link in the chat because I can't get it across to my phone. Right, so I will. There you go. It's in the chat there now. Joke, right at the bottom.
The sun.
Click on.
I will say this just to tell you, right? The sun's coming round now, hitting me on the back. It's fucking hot, Keith. I think we're in for a 30-degree day. It's it's not even 9 o'clock in the morning, and it's quite. It's fucking roasting.
Excellent. I love it. Right. Yeah. So, right. What we got here? Where are we? Right. Oh. So, Palace could be top this weekend. Randy could be top this weekend, Randy. Bin Dipper's got a hammy injury to Allison and playing Rent Boys, Chelsea. And we may well tear arse a new one. That's absolutely true. So it could, yeah, if all of that happens, why not? Why not? The cat wants to know, what does Brady know about football? Not.
Well, she's been around it a long, long time, Cat, but the fact that she's making any decisions when it comes to managers or players is ridiculous. Absolutely fucking ridiculous.
At all.
Exactly. Nothing to do with it. But apparently she was allowed to. And that's why Sullivan's a fucking wanker. And why West Ham are a shambles. Because we allowed her to fucking influence the decision of signing Potter. And it's been a fucking disaster. And that tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah. Damien's in. Good evening, Damien. The special one, he says. What have I missed?
Damien! Everything.
Not a lot, mate. Well, you have missed quite a bit, but there was not really much of a shark watch this week. Just an update on the guy that died a couple of weeks ago. Basically, he's still dead. Joking aside. We've just been chatting about, Nuno and the feel factor that he's brought to around the club so far. And we're hoping that it continues, basically. I think that's the long and the short of what we've been saying. Funny sounding pigeon. That was your whatever it bloody was, minor bird. Oh my goodness, yeah. I'd love that. And he's saying Potter to Man United is being rumoured.
Oh mate, and
hammering goes.
We'll pray for that to happen, mate, for Potter to go to Man United. Jesus Christ. There'll be a meltdown at Man United in the fan base. Absolute meltdown. For fuck's sake.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Meltdown. That never happened. That's just fucking. That is clickbait bullshit.
Yeah. Randy says, Damien, hope you're well, mate. Not miss much.
There you go.
Leon says he likes Martin Keown. I think he's a self-centered little dick, but that's just my own personal opinion.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to say that? Well, I just did.
Call him a bell end if you want. He is a bit of a bell end. But he is what he is.
Yeah, no, he should be in the same category as Andy Townsend, Gabby Bonlahor, although he's been getting better towards West Ham recently. But yeah.
No, I don't mind Gabby. I don't mind Andy Townsend, to be honest.
What's Cassowary? Oh, that's that bird, isn't it, with the funny shape?
Cassowary, yeah. Yeah. There's not much happens with them. Goes up. They're all up in northern Queensland, walking around like fucking dinosaurs that they are. And that you don't see them very often. They're sort of very reclusive. You only see them now and again. They don't do much. I wouldn't like one of them to attack you, though. They got talons on their feet that look like they can rip you to pieces. They're a weird really are a fucking prehistoric bird. Really are.
How do they stand?
Oh, about 5 feet, 6 feet. Something like that, the big ones.
Really?
They're like an ostrich, guys. I like an ostrich, but in prehistoric ostrich. That's what they look like.
Oh my! Hang on, I got to look it up on Goggle. Cassowary, flightless bird. Oh my God! They look like a turkey with a scarf on.
Yeah, they're
and you're right.
Crazy looking.
There's a picture of a guy here standing there, and there's one, and it comes up to the geezer's chin. The top of the bird's head is a man's chin. My God, they're fucking huge.
Yeah, I know.
They're actually not particularly ugly, though, are they? To be fair.
No, but when you see the talons on their feet, they're a very prehistoric-looking bird. You know, the thing that survived. That's what a weird-looking thing.
Yeah, hey, look. Oh my goodness. I'm probably not allowed to show it on screen, but there's a picture here of somebody with a nitrile glove on their hand and one of their feet on his hand. Now, his hand, let's say his hand's the size of mine. The actual talon on one toe of the bird is longer than his finger down to the heel of his hand. This bit here. So one talon is longer than that piece of his hand.
They're weird.
They look like they could literally tear your guts out. And that's probably
what
they do to them. My goodness, they are tough-looking bastards. Well, them feet are anyway.
Yeah. Like I said, they're very reclusive, so they're not an issue. But I'm sure there might have been attacks over the years, but It'd be very, very, very rare. And it'd be the only someone trying to annoy one that would probably happen. They're a weird looking bird.
Yeah. I've seen Brendan since, I think it was Still Show on Monday, was the last time I saw Tugs, I think. I haven't seen him. I hope he's all right. Nice Shark versus Croc. Yeah, it would be good, wouldn't it? It would be good. Oh, here we go. Look, Sean's on the ball again. Look, he says last cassowary death was about 1929. I looked it up for Cieran this one time at band camp. Oh yeah,
What was that last bit?
He was at band camp that time, and we were talking about cassowaries before, and he said
right
that he picked it up, and they,
right 1929. There you go.
Death, yeah, it was 1929.
Nearly 100 years ago.
We're talking about Damien, and look, and then look, there he is. Thanks for asking. There you go,
Brendan.
Yeah, he's there. Yeah, we know him as Brendan, but they know him as Toa or Togs.
Call him Brendan.
Yeah,
beautiful Irish name, Brendan.
Yeah. He says he's like Beetlejuice. Say his name a couple of times and he'll turn up. Hiding in the wings, look. He's just having a quiet night in, apparently. Cieran, he just wanted to watch and not say nothing. But
that's fine, Brendan. You do you, brother. You do you.
Yeah, you do you, brother. That's it. And seeing as you have commented, don't forget to give us a little like. I know you always do, bud. I know you always do. And you was asking if everything's all right with you, Brendan. But like he's just said, usual, he's just having a quiet night in.
Having a quiet one.
Randy's asking, no, I won't read that one out actually because it's too long and it's too involved and my eyes won't cope. I'd like to swim along hammerheads. They seem harmless, says Ibrahim. They're not.
They're not, mate. They're not. They can be, but they're not. There is hammerhead can be a schooling shark, right? And
that's what they are.
You see more than one. And I say when I was out on a boat once, and my mate caught one, a baby hammerhead, brought it into the boat, and that was in the Broadwater here before you hit the ocean here. Hammerheads like to come in there, drop their young, to leave them there before they go out to the big ocean. And beautiful looking shark, really are. But but they are a schooling shark. They're not known for their aggression, but if you annoy them, they will.
But have you seen them when they hit a bait ball? Have you seen them when they hit a bait ball? Mate, they're vicious when they hit a bait ball.
Oh yeah, it is food, geezer. They're like all sharks.
Yeah.
Like all sharks, because they think it's food. It's different.
There's actually a migration of hammerheads, isn't there? That happens every year, I believe it is. And there's like anything up to like 3,000 hammerheads on this migration. And they're all swimming in the same direction, like in groups, in just like a constant line. There's like, I think it was 3,000 or so. But yeah. Oh, Mr. Lamprew's in the house. Yeah,
Jamesy.
Attack Cieran on Magpie attack. No.
Not for me. I haven't taken any notice of There's magpie. I'll tell you now, James. There'll be magpie attacks happening every day in Australia now because it's spring and it's when it all kicks off. But it doesn't really make the news now, so unless they want to have a little spate on it. But it's happening all the time.
Apparently Will Salthouse was pushing for his client Gary O'Neill. Thank fuck somebody stopped that one, says Sean.
Said no. Yeah. No, that wouldn't have been for me. That definitely wouldn't have been for me.
Yeah. Leon says he'll only listen to Jamie O'Hara when Spurs get beat.
Yeah, he's never the happiest, is he?
It's nice to have a chilled night at home. And I'm assuming you're talking about Magpies there, Mark, because that's the end. Well, the 10th phrase in the saying. But I saw, what was it, 7 we saw yesterday? Kim and I, we saw 7 of them, I think it was. I don't know what that is now.
They don't do that. The European Magpies don't do that attacking thing, though, Budge, do they?
No.
Back in the UK. No, it's weird how they're different. The Magpies, they do look different, the Magpies back home and the Magpies here. They're definitely different. I mean, but they're
like smaller birds and that for food and whatnot. But I don't think they'll. I'm not sure. I've never heard of magpies defending their roost or their nest or whatever.
No, they're and believe you me, they're very aggressive here in spring.
Canada, from what I'm told as well, that the magpies in Canada are very similar. They're very territorial.
Must be. Yeah, there must be 2 different types of magpies, obviously. Theirs are definitely different to the UK.
Yeah, and I think they're different to the ones in Canada and North America as well.
Maybe, yeah.
Different.
Used to be a good program, didn't it, Magpie? Remember that when I was a kid?
Yeah.
Magpie, wasn't it? What was that?
That was like Blue Peter, but on ITV, wasn't it? BBC. That was when I believed in.
Remember watching that? All right.
Ibrahim, he says, Cage goes in the water, you go in the water, sharks in the water, our shark. From Jaws.
Yeah, what a film. What a book. I remember reading that book, man. What a book.
Shark, I love the bit when they're singing, Show Me the Way to Go Home. I think that's hilarious.
Yeah. The book is, I read the book, man, and it was fabulous. Absolutely brilliant book. Why they made the film, obviously. But yeah, a great film on its day. A bit dated now, I'd imagine, but there's some great one-liners in that film, man. We need a bigger boat.
I would hate for a filmmaker to try and remake it.
No, it would be no. They've done it with other shark films, made a real fucking balls of it, and disgusting.
That's a classic movie you leave alone. You know, things like that. The original Godfather trilogy, you would leave them alone. You know, I just think that, you know, like, for example, Disney have ruined the Star Wars franchise. Ruined it.
Yeah, apparently so. But Disney are all fucking woke wankers, so that's what you're going to get.
Yeah.
So, but you leave Jaws alone. When you look back at the actual shark and the made up one, it's pretty crap. But it was a great film of its day, and it scared the fucking life out of everyone. You know, that was the point.
Yeah,
that was the point.
I bet that was fun. Look, Happy says, did paragliding once on holiday, and I swear I saw a big shadows in the water. She was shitting bricks, thinking the glider was going to go down. Rich says that Richard Shaw was brilliant in Sting, and I agree. He was.
Yeah, Richie, he was the best in there. He was the best actor in there. He was fantastic. They're all good, but his character was fantastic. He was so good. But if you read the book, it's so much. Like all books, it's so much more in depth. You get more of them characters. It was so good. Yeah. Such a great book.
Frog in the Well says, "Can they start giving the sharks Ritalin or something? Moody bastards."
Right. There they are. They are moody fuckers.
Just start chumming up all the beaches. Get them in.
Jesus. Yeah, that was get a bit of news then.
Rich says, "Don't forget to hit the like button, please, people." Thank you very much, Rich. Appreciate it, mate. We're going to start winding things down. We've been going for 2 hours and a few minutes now, so we'll start winding things down. Let's see if there's anything here interesting or important. Looks like, that's about right. And all, just don't go in the water, bloody donuts.
Yeah, there you go.
Sean, what do you mean by that? Here. That was my worry between the potential problem between two agents, Salthouse and George Mendes, as Nuno listens to Mendes and will not want Salthouse and Sullivan interfering.
Good.
And then Sean comes to say, potential for another shit show there, Randy, which is absolutely right. So anyway,
hopefully not.
Yeah, just before you go, don't forget give us a like before you leave, or as you leave, even. Thank you everybody that's commented. I'm sorry I haven't got all the comments out. As usual, we chat, we just talk bollocks. We forget about you guys sometimes. Well, we don't forget about you, but we forget about putting the comments up. There's lots and lots and lots of comments I'm skipping well past, I'm afraid. But what I'm doing is I'm trying to get to the bottom so that you guys can give us some predictions for the Arsenal game at the weekend. Right. So I'm going to say solid 2-0 loss. What about you, Kieran?
Yeah, that's about where I'm at, Geezer. 2 or 3-0 loss. I don't see us scoring against them. I can't see us holding out against them. I think they're pretty good at the moment, Arsenal. But I probably said that the last time we went there and beat them. So who's to know? I just don't think Nuno's going to have enough time to... they're just a far better team than us. And that's the fact. Whether we could hold out against them and nick a point, I'd love that, man. That would be a fantastic result. But no, I expect us to go down by a couple of goals. Like it.
Yeah. So anyone in the chat with any predictions for the game at the weekend? We still got Jaws references coming in.
What's he saying?
James is saying that Jaws was pretty much the first book he read after he left school, obviously.
All right.
The film nowhere near as good as the book. Still a brilliant movie. It's the 15 minutes of getting pissed before the big dentist attack.
No, you're right, Jamesy. It was the book. Yeah, it surpassed the film, as they all do. Most good books, the film never lives up to it. But the book was fantastic. It really was a great book to read. Okay,
so we got a couple of predictions coming in. We got Rich. He says 1-1. Doesn't know why, but I like that.
Yeah,
forward.
I like it.
Positive. The special one.
That'd be great.
Says he thinks it's going to be 5 at the back, 5-4-1. He thinks.
I think we're going to be playing 5-5-1. That's that. I think Nuno will set up against them. 5-5-1. That's how I think we're going to do it.
Yeah. Ibrahim said we've read his mind. 2-0.
Even though that gives us, when I say 5-5-1, that gives us 12 players. And we need them.
Yeah. Damien saying 2-0. Oh, look, Iron Disciples in. Good evening, Iron. He says, I never knew there was a book. Wow.
Oh, it's a great book. Freshie, who was the author? Was it David Benchley or? Because
no, Peter Blenchley. Or, yeah,
is that his name? Right, the author. Yeah. Because he became. There was such an anti-shark thing after the Jaws book and film, right?
Yeah.
About only good shark was a dead shark, basically, and he campaigned against that because he realised how much that film and his book had influenced that, and he campaigned for years to save sharks and not think about that because he realised what an impact it had. But yeah, it was quite a moment for poor old sharks.
And do you remember the Australian couple that did a lot of the live action shots? And what are their names? They were really famous for swimming with sharks and filming them and that. And they did a lot of the underwater footage for Jaws. What are their names? God knows, can't remember. But yeah, a lot of the footage where you see divers in the water. Well, I think there's only a couple of scenes where you see somebody in the water with real sharks, and that is, doing that. It's one or other of them two. Can't remember their names though. We can shit out to win. Have faith. Have hope.
Oh, I hope so. We can.
No idea.
Done it before.
Right. So Randy's hoping for a 1-0 win, but the likely outcome, Arsenal have got the depth. So I think that we lose, but I'm hoping I'm wrong, but I'm going to go for a 1-0 win. So, Randy, I like your positivity, mate. Let's hope that rubs off on the team. 1-0, says Mark. Bowen again.
Fucking hell.
With the Aaron Wan-Bissaka question that we had, he wasn't fit. And Sean has confirmed that by saying failed a fitness test allegedly. Yeah.
Yeah. No, he'll be back. Yeah. He'll be back. No doubt. He'll be part of it.
Yeah, apparently. I'm in the last 8 of the LMS. I've picked Villa at the weekend. Okay. Nice. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Frog says 1-0 to us. He says he's got to fancy us against Arsenal.
I don't.
Damien says Kudos was our outlet the last time we shit housed Arsenal. Yeah, there is some truth in that, mate. Definitely. I think we'll sit in and take what we can. Says Rich. Right, okay. Right, so we've had most of the people. Steve Irwin, yeah, he's great, yeah. Sean says Traore is rapid, but he turns into Douglas Bader in front of goal.
Yeah. Traore is a
God of never.
Nuno wanted him so much at Forest. and wasn't allowed to sign him. Amazing.
Yeah.
Could see him in January, goes there. You never know. Traore could be at West Ham in January. Who knows?
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense to me because then you got to put Traore in fucking Bowen's position, which defeats the object. It doesn't make sense. There you go.
Good evening, John Murdoch. He says, "Do you guys remember those great nights when we were in the Cup Winners' Cup games at the bowling?"
Yes, I do, John.
I barely remember them. I was in a rough part of my life when that was going on, but I do remember it.
I do remember them. I couldn't tell you about them, but fucking hell, mate, they were some of the best nights at Upton Park. They really were. It was great.
And equally, I have to say, you know, our European journey over those 3 years under David Moyes, we had some equally great nights in the London Stadium as a result of those competitions. I don't think they were a match on Upton Park. I really don't.
Yeah.
But
they're still good memory for people.
Especially for people like me.
That's what it is.
Witnessed very few big nights like that at Upton Park. I witnessed very few of them. Whereas at the London Stadium, I've been fortunate enough to witness, I think, probably 8 or 9 home games against European competition. So that to me is, you know, gold dust to me. You know, it's memories I'll take.
Exactly.
You know, so John, thank you for your comment, mate. Yes, I do remember. Jacques Cousteau was a great bloke, but he's not who I'm thinking of.
He was the man at the time. Underwater photography was Jacques Cousteau that led the way. Underwater photography, he was amazing. Yeah, he was amazing in his day, mate. 70s and 80s, he was unreal.
I remember me and my mum and dad and my brothers and that. We used to get round the table, I think it was on a Sunday, and watch the Jacques Cousteau series that used to be on TV.
He was showing you species of fish and fucking octopus and that you've never ever seen before. He was amazing. What the fuck lives under this ocean, mate? You never seen it. It was unreal.
He was the first one really to show us all of that.
I think he was. He was a pioneer anyway.
The Australian couple that I was trying to think of is Valerie and Richard something.
I don't remember. Good. Don't know.
Yeah. They're Australian. They've been married for a millennium, you know what I mean? And they've been shark ecologists or whatever you call them. I don't know. Sharkologists for years.
Probably marine biologists.
Yeah, that's the one.
Probably.
Yeah, that's the one.
Maybe.
Not a sharkologist. Right. Yeah, but they've done a lot.
Near enough though. Sharkologists are good enough though.
Yeah, they are the ones that did the is it Richard? Can't remember if it's Richard or not.
Call him Dick.
Yeah,
anyway.
Whatever. I could actually look it up on Google, couldn't I? I could just go. Valerie Taylor and her husband.
Yeah. She rings a bell.
Yeah, it's Valerie Taylor. I mean, she's about 390 years old now. No,
she's doing well. Doing well.
Yeah. she's married to Ron Taylor. That's it. Valerie and Ron Taylor. Yeah. Right. Listen, I'm my alarm's going off to tell me that I've got to get my shit together to go to work tomorrow. So I am going to.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, bring an end to the proceedings, unfortunately. But it's been a pleasure chatting with you, as always. And I will see you either during the week or next week. Thank you to everybody in the chat for your contributions and everything, and for basically chatting amongst yourselves. It's been brilliant, and I'm sorry I couldn't put all your comments up, but you know, we are very happy that you joined us. We will see you next week. Until then, take care. Come on, you.
Yeah, have a good week, chaps, and we'll see you next week. Have a load of bollocks.
Love it. Take